Here's something nobody tells you about comparison. It doesn't just steal your joy, it steals your voice. Today, we're talking about the sneaky visibility wound that's quietly making you smaller every single time you scroll. Disclaimer. Any of the guidance offered by the podcast host, myself, or the podcast guests is our own guidance. We are not liable for any of the actions the podcast listener decides to do. Come back to the podcast today with me, Johnny Pardo, helping people with a story or message to share, overcome visibility wounds and confidently use their voice so that it can be seen, heard, and make an impact. Comparison. We live in that kind of world a lot of the time. And I've recently gone on a bit of a break from social media, so I thought it was really good timely to talk about that. And wow, the mental clarity and space I get from deleting social media off my phone. Now, I've made a bit of a decision that actually I'm going to post again, but I'm only going to use my laptop to do so because I still feel like I want to give to the world and people get value out of seeing my posts. So I'm kind of coming more from that perspective, but I don't want to be caught in my energy with a loaded plate already on scrolling and seeing stuff that's usually a load of crap anyway, if I'm being honest. You can say that about my stuff, totally cool. But anyway, I like podcasting and sharing messages. Now, I want to be honest on this. Like, I've been caught in the comparison trap many times, and even the amount of work I've done on myself, I saw a friend, even in this is probably in the last year or so, and I haven't spoke to her for a while, but a really successful business coach. In fact, I had some sessions with her. She's really good newsletters, very good speaker. Very successful woman, like 7-figure, probably pushing on for an 8-figure business now. And she was like posting a lot. I don't know what's going on with my hair on this podcast. Anyway, that's irrelevant to the podcast, or is it? It is. Anyway, she was really successful. I was like, wow, I need to up my content. My content's not good enough. And I'm definitely not the flashiest like editor or anything like that. I'm very simple, as some people will tell, but you know, I do make an effort with like a light and a mic and those kind of things. I like to be real, like to be me. And as I grow more and more, I'll obviously hire more people to do this kind of stuff because I just love speaking and sharing and interviewing people. But anyway, I started thinking, part of me should be better, should be doing this. And then I was like, wow, that's just like really quieting my voice and who I am and what I stand for. Unfortunately, you do need a bit of like quality on things like YouTube and social media. But I also think there's a place of like being real in this world as well, particularly with AI. And I'm not going to lie, I do use AI, but when I speak on a podcast, I'm never going to let AI record a podcast for me ever. That is stupid because I want to share my voice and who I am. Human to human connection is so vital for me. But when I start like comparing myself to others in the past, it is damaging. And I know like social media sets us up for that. There are good things about social media. Like I met a friend that I met on like LinkedIn and had coffee the other day. Great conversation. But like and if I was going to use a platform, it'd probably be LinkedIn out of all of them.
Hey, just a quick pause in this episode just to mention something. I want to thank you for being here, for really wanting to work on your self-esteem and your confidence. It means a lot to me that you're listening to my show to really work on that. And I want to give you some more guidance and more support. So whether you're looking to build your self-esteem and your confidence in your personal or professional life, or maybe both, you can find some resources and links below in the show notes below. So just click on those resources and I'd love to hear what you think of those. Now, let's get you back to the show.
But like comparison can really drown your voice out and think, oh, I've got to be better. And what I've kind of like come to learn is that there's the fear of perfectionism. There's like rejection, sort of like that rejection fear sort of comes up. And it's like a fear around like life or death almost. Like, oh God, I'm not doing a good enough job. Oh, this is hard. And that's why I feel like a lot of people give up because they look at other people and they think this is really hard and the body's getting really stressed out. The mind gets really stressed out. Maybe you can relate to this when you start comparing to other people. When actually, like, it's not life or death. And our performance and us showing up, like, regardless, and I don't like, I've used the word perfectionism, but as human beings, we are perfect. I used to say we're not perfect, but we are as souls, like, as a human being coming into existence. But in terms of our skills and things, there's always going to be room for improvement. So don't allow looking at other people and then that coming out with fears to hold you back from who you are. So I'm going to go through some tips now that have really helped me work through like comparison and really reclaim my visibility and my voice. So what I always like to say, but actually before I go into that, I just want to ask you a question. Like, how painful is comparison for you? How much is it costing you? How much did it cost you in the past by going, they do it a lot better, I'm not going to start that? Or in the future, you might be like holding yourself back from doing anything because you always think someone's going to do it better, or share something, or your speaking's not as good as someone else. Well, you're going to waste years and years and years doing nothing because of your fear to get out there and share your voice. And that's why I'm so driven to help people get out there and share their voice. So here are some points. And again, please implement at least one of these. If you hear these and don't do anything, it's always a waste of time. There's probably some good impact, motivation, inspiration from this, which I hope there is, but please implement something, I'm saying, because else knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only potential power. It's only power when you take applied action, as quoted by Napoleon Hill. I kind of misquoted that last sentence, but that's what essentially he was saying. And all the greats say who really succeed what they want in life. Number one, train certainty multiple points a day. Don't look at other people and think like, oh, I need to be better. Like, even look at other people and think I'm doing better than them. That's not healthy either, I don't think. When you train certainty that you believe in yourself, no matter what someone says, and you've got that unshakable certainty and confidence within you, you're not want to look outside of you for like, oh, they're doing this, that. You know who you are. And for me, I put an alarm on my phone to remind myself to feel certain multiple times a day. In fact, what time? It should have just gone off. It just went off now, 9 o'clock, silent alarm. And it reminded me to do that. I'm in the middle of recording, obviously, so I'll do it afterwards. So train yourself to feel certain. Just write some empowering couple of sentences. Stand up firm, like feel good. Play some feel good music. Just train your body to feel certain. The more you do it, the more you're going to feel certain within inside yourself. 2, practice saying things out loud. The more you can practice vocalizing things and saying things in silence, the more you're going to feel confident sharing your voice. Now, of course, there comes a point when you actually got to take the courage to stand up, speak up, share things. But saying things in private can really, really help you increase your confidence. Number 3, reduce social media. That's a big one for me. You can take it off your phone and just use it on your laptop. That could be healthy. There's timers and things like that on apps. Yeah, that's great. But I found myself, I'm just saying what works for me. But I find myself just overriding the timers and going on social media anyway. When I delete the app, it's a lot better for me. So I prefer to just post. Well, it's harder to post on stories because you need your phone for that. So still trying to work my way through that one. Number 4, find yourself a mentor or community around you of people who really believe in you or believe in themselves or got that really good positive spirit. Because when you surround you adapt to the energy you're around. So if you've got people who feel crap about themselves or talk crap about life or other people, you're going to get caught in that energy. But if you're around people who are like inspired, want to go far, believe in themselves, that's going to impact on you. And they'll want to pull you up as well if they got that good energy. My alternative to this, but ideally you find people in person to hang out with, is listening to someone who's really driven and really believes in themselves, because that can also rub off on you. Do both of these as well. At the same time, like listen to someone inspiring their audiobook or read their book, right? Because that will inspire as well. I find that's really helped when I'm listening to people like Peter Sage, like Alex Hormozy. Slightly different people, slightly different. They're both very driven, both really, really believe in themselves. They just got slightly different approaches in terms of hustle versus flow. But those kind of people I like listening. I used to listen to a lot of Tony Robbins and felt a good shift as well. And then number 5 is it's not small, but it's very simple. And it is a small, quick thing to do. And it's very simple, but overridden and forgotten about. And I've had to call myself out for it in the past. But when I do it, it really robs off. Celebrate anything you do to share your voice, even if you don't get the feedback you want, even if it doesn't go the way you want. You celebrate because you're like, I took the action that I was in control of. I'm showing myself I trust me and I'm sticking with me and I love myself for that. So that would be my final point as well. So those are my points on how to overcome comparing yourself so that you can reclaim your voice, be more visible and be more of who you are. Remember to pick one of those. So we talked about training certainty multiple times a day. Number 2, practicing saying things out loud. Number 3, reducing your social media. Number 4, finding a mentor or community around you where you get that good energy, so it's going to rub off on you. And then number 5, celebrate any small thing you do, because the more you do, the more you want to do it. So that concludes today's podcast today. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you being here. And remember to share your voice, by leading with your heart and not with fear.
Thank you so much for listening today. It means the world to me. And I really want to add value to you to help you boost your self-esteem, your confidence, your trust inside yourself to move forward. And I have some more for you. So if you go into the show notes below this episode, you can find some more resources for your personal or your professional life. So if you want to boost your self-esteem and confidence in your personal and or professional life, you can find those resources linked below this episode in the show notes. Once again, thank you for being here.